67 for Ashton Hughes, Richie Dibbon 59, 57 for Toby Summers, Adam James on 50.5, David Hall 44. So Avalon Biddle, Richie Dibbon, mate, just wiped the floor of it all. Richie Dibbon off the front row, just stuff into there, but we'll see. It's Richie Dibbon, cuts across there and takes the lead. Avalon Biddle there in second place, maybe 2 to 3 bike lengths, and I'm going to call that as Toby Summers there in third place. And the Big Bush Farm sponsored Scott Structural's Ashton Hughes there with Tarbin Walker there in fifth place, and then we go back to Adam Chambers in sixth place. This is a 12-lap journey here at Circuit Chris Amon at Manfeild for the 2019 Suzuki International Series. 2 races down at Taupo. We didn't get the third race after God unloaded some of that sparks in the sky and more water than I've seen for a while. But this is our third race here. Did we get points in the second race because it was red flagged, or the one yesterday, sorry, that was red flagged twice, so we didn't actually score points in that class. That was a null and void, and they can't restart it twice. So anyway, back onto the track there, Brad Ritchie. They go into Go Media for the first time.
Yeah, this is on, all right. Avalon Biddle, she was fast and unfortunately crashed in turn 1 earlier this morning, and now she's right on the back wheel of Richie Dibbon. So the battle for the lead really heating up. Richie Dibbon and Avalon Biddle. Then we go to Toby Summers, who's in third place, with Ashton Hughes and Tarbin Walker 4th and 5th. Adam Chambers, good start, he's in 6th place. Jordan Burley in 7th. Daniel Kempthorne rounding out your top 8. A horror start for our series leader, Rogan Chandler. So this is definitely going to spice things up in the championship. But look at that back wheel twitching as Richie Dibbon flicks it left through Splash and on the way into the hairpin. But Avalon Biddle right in behind. This is going to be a brilliant 12 lap we've got on the cards here, Spider.
Indeed, and well represented by Whanganui. In fact, the local area, Whanganui in front there. Avalon Biddle from Christchurch, used to be from Orewa and Auckland. Auckland there in third place. Toby Summers, Ashton Hughes is a relatively local guy, and Tarbin Walker, so 2 out of the 5 in the top area. What a beautiful thing Ctas is, goes around the world, and I know that Tarbin's mother, Cairo, is sitting there watching in Australia and supporting her son and coming over for the Nationals. Avalon Biddle closes up a little bit down that back straight. They all compress going into the Go Media quarter there. The big sweeper coming onto the front straight, and Tarbin isn't lost out of this group as well. He's back about 40 metres or something like that, but he could come on strong. What generally happens is if all the people are dicing, it can hold everyone up, and then that big person in 5th can come through there. Avalon Biddle had a look down on the inside, but Richie Dibbon is so strong in the braking area. Everybody's strong, but he's just that little bit stronger. So here comes Ashton Hughes, closes up on Toby Summers on the Carl Cox Motorsport machine. That's Toby, the Summers Plumbers machine. Action aplenty here with 10 laps to go. They go into the hairpin, they come out, and as I predicted, Tarbin Walker is coming. Tarbin Walker's down. Pirouettes on the track there, his bike staying on the track there. This is well, we know what the organisers are probably going to do there. The yellow's out there. Tarbin's okay. I must have put the commentator's cursed on there. So he's coming alive there, just gassed it up there. The bike spun around there, and he's off on the tyre wall. So the 4 bikes go down that back straight there. The lead bike is Richie Dibbon. Then we've got Avalon Biddle. And we've got Avalon Biddle, and who was in third place, is it? I tell you who's got into third place. It's Ashton Hughes has gone through there ahead of Toby Summers. That's why I can see there. We're looking on the Ctas timing there, Brad Ritchie.
Yeah, we're on here. Richie Dibbon, Avalon Biddle. Then we go to Ashton Hughes and Toby Summers. Great work from the marshals in turn 5 there. They've managed to get that bike into the infield. So full credit to the team, and we carry on racing, and we are on. Richie Dibbon, Avalon Biddle, Ashton Hughes, your top 3 at the moment, but Toby Summers is right there. We've got Adam Chambers doing a good job now in 5th place in a lonely old ride, but unfortunate for Tarbin Walker. He was looking so good in 5th place, and just a classical back end flicking round on him. He's a-okay. The bike's off the track, and we're racing here. So on here, thanks to iPone Oils bringing us Formula 2 action at the Suzuki International Series, and that top 3 really starting to heat up, Spider.
Indeed, Ashton Hughes, a 107.761, the fastest man on the track. He's got the pace. He's got to find a way past Avalon Biddle, and then maybe go Dibbon hunting. Somebody's out of the seat there. A bit of a moment. Was that for Ashton? Yeah, and that's caused him a problem, because Toby Summers has managed to gain from that one and close. In fact, Toby Summers goes up on the inside round the Go Media corner. So Ashton, the fastest man on track, he'll have to get his head back round it and concentrate. So it is Richie Dibbon. Avalon Biddle lines them up. Remember, she had a crash in the last race. She had a crash at the same corner in the Suzuki Series last year. So, but she's got it sorted. She puts that all behind her. And Ashton Hughes has gone back in front of Toby Summers. Toby's coming back on the inside, back on the podium. No, it changes. Back Ashton Hughes in front, and then Toby Summers in front. I'm getting confused here. Outstanding racing. That was about 4 or 5 changes there between those two guys, but probably even 6 or 7 from Toyota through to turn 3. It's not over yet from them. And what happened out of that hairpin? Toby came out, but it looks like he missed a gear. Ashton Hughes just shot in the front, and now there's a 40-50 metre lead. It's compressing up the front. The gap across the start-finish line was 0.192 of a second. I'm sure it's closed up. Avalon Biddle is now almost well enough to strip slipstream Richie Dibbins. She's strong down there on the Aussie Performance prepared ZXR Kawasaki, so a bit lighter weight, although Richie Dibbins quite a light sort of person. So Suzuki versus Kawasaki, and then we go back to Triumph and then another Kawasaki. It's all on with 7 laps to go.
Yeah, this is brilliant stuff. Richie Dibbins still leads at Avalon Biddle, just not quite close enough to make and look into turn 1. Ashton Hughes, he is doing a good job. He's managed to get himself back into 3rd place. Toby Summers in 4th. We've got Adam Chambers in 5th, and then Rogan Chandler after that horror start. He was nearly last. Now he's found himself in 6th place and doing the fastest lap of his race, the last lap around. So on a borrowed bike, still lapping in the 108s, doing a wonderful job and keeping that championship alive, I think.
Indeed, up till now we got 86 points versus 84. Oh no, that was a different class, sorry, it's right in front of me. Rogan Chandler on 81 points, 67 for Ashton Hughes, 56 for Richie Dibbin, Toby Summers for 57. So as Brad Ritchie said, keeping the championship alive. The fastest lap on the track so far, 107.761. The last lap for Biddle was a 108.354, 108.365. So less than, or 11 thousandths of a second between their 2 lap times, between first and second. A little bit of a gap on the track, but Biddle closes up. She'll be able to slipstream down there. She tucks in there, be able to slipstream. Watch her go up on the inside, trying to break a little bit later. Here she goes. Can she make it round this corner? No, I don't think she's got it. Richie Dibbin will carry the corner speed, and Ashton Hughes is piling on the back of them for the 3rd of the podium on the Big Bush Farms sponsored machine. And Toby's dropped off the pace. Something going on with Toby, something going on there with Toby. But meanwhile, we've got Avalon closing back in on Richie Dibbin. She's not giving up. None of these people have given up. Lonely ride there in 5th place for Adam Chambers on the Barnes Jenkins Insurance white and blue machine going through the S's into the hairpin. And there's Rogan Chandler doing the wise thing. Change bikes, not familiar with this, probably different. Whatever it is, the suspension's different. He's out there trying to just conserve points. He'll get some useful points there back in 6th place there. 5th place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th place. Had to use 2 hands to count up to that one there, Brad Ritchie.
Yeah, no, we're racing, and Ashton Hughes just closing in on those top 2. So I think with 5 laps to go when they cross the line, we could have a full-on 3-way fight. They close right up out of Go Media. Is Avalon Biddle close enough to have a look this time? She's going to be right on the back wheel and tuck into the slipstream. This is going to be all on here. Richie Dibbins proved how good he is under brakes into turn 1. Avalon takes the narrow line. Not going to quite be close enough. So it's on here, and Ashton Hughes now definitely right in this hunt as well. So the battle for the podium is very much heating up. We're at half race this and 5 laps to go.
Ashton Hughes has got the ability, like all the others. He won a race at Timaru 2 weeks ago on a Ducati. Just fitted him like a glove. Of 108.2, a 108.3 for first and second, a 107.9. So, wow, he's about 0.3 of a second quicker. This is Ashton Hughes. So he can pile on to the back of them. We've got 5 laps to go. I don't think that Triumph's quite as strong down that centre straight. It seems to hold its speed. In fact, they're all pretty evenly matched down there, but Avalon seems to have the faster bike down the back straight. I wonder if it's something to do with the headwind. They're all equally fared, so there's no disadvantage in the fairing department. It's just, we'll see it now. Richie Dibbin's fast. The Kawasaki in the middle's fast, but Ashton Hughes, no, these are all perfectly matched. It's all about who's stronger on the brakes or on a little particular part of the corner. This is racecraft at its best here at the Suzuki 2019 Suzuki International Series. Absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah, this is brilliant. So when they cross the line, it is still Richie Dibbin, Avalon Biddle, then Ashton Hughes. There's less than half a second separating all 3 of them, and Ashton Hughes just goes in quite narrow and is right on the back wheel of Avalon Biddle now. So that's all on. Toby Summers has just managed to drift off the pace a little bit, but holding a good 4th place. Adam Chambers, he's in 5th place with Rogan Chandler still there in 6th place. So a good job from Rogan, and we're joined here by Team Rees Honda man Mitchell Rees. Mitchell, how exciting is this?
Oh, it's fantastic, Brad. You can just see Ashton's running real good corner pace into the hairpin there and just getting a good drive. And look, he's on the back of Avalon there, and you know he's quite strong. Oh, there he goes. You know he's got the pass done.
What a move into Higgins. Ashton Hughes. Avalon Biddle won't take that lightly. No, she's just going to have to sit in behind. So Ashton Hughes changed for second place with Avalon Biddle now back into third and playing into the hands of Richie Dibbin here, Mitch.
Yeah, like you can see Richie's got, you know, good pace. They're all actually running good pace, but you know, Ashton's the guy on the move at the moment. Toby's struggling. Not sure what's going on there, but you know, he's got to sort it out for Wanganui.
Yeah, absolutely. So we go racing. We have 3 laps to go. Richie Dibbin leads Ashton Hughes and Avalon Bill's lap traffic to contend with in turn 1, but Ashton manages to get that done. There we go. Avalon just going to have to try and sneak around out of turn 1. So that's spread them out a little bit. So first, second and third just slowly drifting apart here. But Richie Dibbin, he's running a good first place at the moment, lapping in the 1:08s as well. So definitely the pace is sort of settling in a little bit here, Mitch.
Yeah, the man on move is Rogan Chandler. Look at him, he's hunting down Adam Chambers there, and he's set the fastest lap of the race, you know, this deep in. So he's got the pace, he's got comfortable, just made a bad start.
Yeah, fantastic drive from Rogan Chandler on the borrowed bike. So thanks to Dave Fellows for getting Rogan out there and doing it. So they found a small issue with the bike and just thought it was wise to not take any risks. So there you find Rogan Chandler on the number 14, the Dave Fellows bike. He's running in 6th place, but he's closing in on Adam Chambers, so that battle for 5th and 6th, that might start coming alive, but we only have 2 laps to go. When they cross the line, it is still Richie Dibbin ahead of Ashton Hughes and Avalon Biddle in 3rd place. But the Mad Love Media man, Toby Summers, he is in 4th place, and how's Toby down in the pits there? Is he in good headspace today, Mitch?
Yeah, he's just, I think he just hasn't done a lot of riding this year, so, you know, struggling a little bit. There he goes, running wide into turn 1, so... yeah, just a little bit of lack of riding, but you know, he's going well considering, you know, and like the calibre of like Avalon Biddle, you know, she's been riding all year in Australia, and even Richie Dibbin, so you can see the talent that's coming through at the moment. Absolutely,
down the centre straight at the moment, Richie Dibbin, lap traffic, he'll be able to sort that out down into Higgins, the awesome right-hander that is coming onto the back straight now. Richie Dibbin ahead of Ashton Hughes and Avalon Biddle, so that's a classy top 3 battle at the moment. We'll go down the list, and then we go to 4th, Toby Summers, Adam Chambers in 5th. Rogan Chandler, the fastest man on the track, he's in 6th place on the borrowed bike. Reece Lindsay's in 7th, Jordan Burley a good 8th place with 9th, Xavier Dennis all the way from France, and then Robert Stokes rounding at your top 10. So this is pretty good and some great pace. What's that track temperature looking like now?
There's the white flag going out there. I'll tell you what, anyone that's listening from Kaikoura, I know it's they've had earthquakes over here. If you think there's an earthquake coming, it'll be Ashton Hughes' mum, Sonia, cheering her boy for the final lap. She'll be up and down, jumping up. I bet she would have spilled a wine, probably down her throat. Sonia, you deserve this. What a good lad it is, but he's still got to bring it home. So that's the noise in Kaikoura, just one of the noises. Cheers, folks. Back to Mr. Rees.
Yeah, fantastic. The update. Still Richie Dibbin. He's got half a lap to go. Out of the left-hander and onto the centre straight here at Circuit Chris Amon. And then we go to Ashton Hughes and Avalon Biddle. So all looks pretty much all done and dusted there for the top 3 there, Mitch.
Yeah, and the championship man, Rogan, he's just taken over 5th place, so he was the man on the move, he's made it happen. Oh, and we got one down.
One down there, one down.
That's Adam Chambers.
I think it might be Adam Chambers. I think it looked like the white bike, I'm not sure. They're all up and okay, so making... And it is off the racing line too, so it should be about to come racing with the checkered flag ready and waiting around the final corner. Richie Dibbin, Garmick Engineering and Total Span Wanganui, Dibbin Sports Suzuki man, he is going to take the checkered flag and win race 3 here at Manfeild. Ashton Hughes at a good 2nd place, and then we go to Avalon Biddle. So well done to those 3, and thank you to iPone Oils for bringing us F2 action. There's Toby Summers coming through in 4th, and Rogan not far back there in 5th there, Mitch.
Yeah, no, that was a fantastic ride by him. I mean, hey, the start won it all for the rest of them there, but good ride by Rogan, and kudos to him.
Absolutely fantastic. It's going to be a brilliant bit of championship points there for Rogan Chandler, getting in a good 5th position and clocking in the fastest lap of the race on a borrowed bike. That's very, very impressive. So The update there is Richie Dibbin in first place on the GSX-R 600. Then we go to Ashen Hughes, he's on the Scott Structural, Big Bush Farms, Triumph Daytona. Avalon Biddle on the MTF Finance, Aussie Performance, Kawasaki ZX6. Toby Summers, he is on the Carl Cox Motorsport, Mad Love Media, Kawasaki. Rogan Chandler on the Yamaha, on the R6. Thank you to Dave Fellows for the bike. We go to Reese Lindsay on another R6. We go to Xavier Dennis, the man from France, he's on a Triumph Daytona as well. Jordan Burley, he's on a Kawasaki with Robert Stokes. And Rex Mincher, the legendary Rex Mincher, the Taupo man. I think he calls himself Sugar Daddy Racing, so a great character to have in the pits, and good to see Rex Mincher with a top 10 performance. So we will cross down now to Neil, who has the iPhone Oils Formula 2 podium in pit lane.